Welcome, my friends. Today we are diving into some folklore from around the world. In today's episode, I'm going to be telling you about an Orcadian creature known as the Nuckelavee. First, I'm going to discuss the creature's appearance, followed by some history about the Nuckelavee. The Nuckelavee is quite a gruesome creature if you look at it. It somewhat resembles a centaur. It sports a thin body protruding from the middle of a horse, of a horse's body. It has a large round head on a thin neck, and its eye sockets are empty, but they're filled with flames. Its mouth is always wide and gaping open with a long black tongue and an abundance amount of sharp teeth that complements the talons on its hands. The Nuckelavee has no skin or hair. What really makes this thing trippy is it has black blood that pulses in its yellow veins, which can be seen in the exposed muscles. It is said that the creature's breath could kill plants and sicken livestock. Its intentions towards all humans who cross this path are completely malevolent. Now, once such entity exists around the seas of Orkney, the group of islands situated off the north coast of Scotland, known by the name Nuckelavee, which is thought to be, it's derived from another Orcadian word which I cannot pronounce, but the word means devil of the sea. Now, the accounts vary in regard to the appearance of the Nuckelavee, and what it might look like in the sea, its normal habitat, is not really known to anybody. But however, its description when it's on the land is the horrific description that I gave you. It's a hybrid of a man and a horse-like creature with added horrific elements. Given the strong Viking influence in Orkney, it appears to be a fusion of the water horse or kelpie from Celtic mythology and something from a dark Norse legend. Now, the Nuckelavee does not always have everything that it wants. There is another being in the Orcadian folklore known as the Mother of the Sea. It is said that during the summer months she has the power to keep the Nuckelavee under the sea and off the land. However, though, in the winter time the creature could emerge from the depths of the sea and walk all over the lands of Orkney. Now, the Nuckelavee has a fear of rain, of which there is a plenty supply in Orkney during the winter, and the inability to wade through the fresh flowing water. So a key to escaping this horrific monster was just to reach some freshwater loch or a river. Now, nevertheless, the people of Orkney, this was a feared and loathsome creature. As before, his breath was said to be like poison that can harm livestock and cause the crops to just die off. He was also considered to be responsible for epidemics and droughts. It was said that there was nothing more infuriating to the Nuckelavee than the burning of seaweed to produce kelp, a method used in Orkney from the early 18th and with increasing frequency until the 19th century. The ash produced was rich in potash and soda, substances sought at the time by the glass and soap. Now, the Nuckelavee hated the smell of the smoke, and it drove him into an uncontrolled rage. In revenge for all this, he would inflict all of the horses with a deadly disease known as, if I'm saying this correctly, mortician. Not that the Nuckelavee really required much of an excuse to cause harm to the people and animals of Orkney. He was indeed an evil and malevolent creature. He was indeed an evil and diabolical creature. And pretty much the only way he was able to somewhat escape the Nuckelavee, in common with the other mythical sea monsters, with the possible exceptions of the kelpies and the nuggle of Shetland, it is unable to wade through fresh flowing water, which therefore it can be escaped by crossing a stream. And from what I've read, that is the only way to basically escape the Nuckelavee if it is chasing you. But everyone, that is just some of the, the history of the Nuckelavee and I guess the origins of where it had came from. It's a pretty cool monster from way back in the day that people have actually said they have seen the Nuckelavee on these islands and they've had encounters. It's very cool to learn about this kind of stuff. I've recently started really getting big into the random folklore of around the world. But if there's any monsters and stuff that you can think of that you would like me to cover, just let me know down below and I will certainly do it. But it's always appreciated. Do like the video, subscribe, tell me what you thought about it. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.